Yo, 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 let's get this party started. Got a full complement of colors today on the old the old Marshall store. What's up, Hammer? Doing good. Market's rough. Danny, is it too late to invest in oil? I mean, the problem with oil is we had geopolitical stuff going on for years at this point with Russia and Middle East, right? Outside of what's going on now. If you would have ignored all of that, just paid attention to the TA, you would have been fine. Now, I guess USO is the ETF. I'd have to check. I'm sure there's multiple, but is it too late to invest, air quotes, in oil? Um, I'm not touching oil regardless because I feel like there's all sorts of random stuff that can just happen on a headline, especially over the weekend. Who knows? Who knows? In a vacuum, on trend, it looks excellent. It is above weekly cloud. It's above the daily. That's really bad for inflation. That's really bad for GDP. It's really bad for the Republicans in the midterms, to be honest. If you're rooting for one side or the other, it's really bad for all the gains we've made in inflation or disinflation over the past couple of years. Everything's going to start shooting up the longer this, holds levels. If this continues higher, if this goes to 100, I saw some calls for 200. I don't know about that, but the longer this goes on, obviously the more of a problem it becomes. Brave take, I know. But yeah, 200 oil. I don't know. But, if you think we're at 100 and you think we're going to 2, there's your trade. It's not for me. But yes, the cloud on the daily has been noisy, to be clear, for years. But it did preview this a little bit. And then ultimately it's this diagonal on technicals where I would say, yeah, that's the level. Is this... I don't even know if people can access this, but US oil and USO don't necessarily look the same. But again, if we're looking at any of those other oil funds, OIH, whatever the other one was, I can't remember. This is very bullish on technicals, which is very bad for us because you've got technicals on your side and you've got a catalyst to push higher. That is a recipe for a good trend, if you ask me. So, not great. Sorry. Not great. Not great for crypto, equities, everything. Everything's going to suffer. So the sooner they wrap this up, the better. How or why, it doesn't really matter. But not a good outlook as things were already sort of rolling over. Sort of being soft-ish. You could have also said, I don't have the chart for it, but there's this like gold oil correlation. Let's see if we can we recreate it? New price scale. No, there's some like lead lag correlation with gold and oil. That's also not great. AKA previews this. There's correlations with oil and the 10-year, which is not great. If the 10-year spikes, that's not going to be good for assets either. That's the risk-free rate. So there's just lots of reasons why we don't want oil staying high, shooting higher. None of it's good. Absolutely none of it. Absolutely none of it. Yeah, just wait for the pullback. Absolutely none of it. So that really has, set the tone in a time when we're already just sort of floundering down here. Not really much going on. Not really much to see, do, or say on the long side. Anything that I've selected hasn't done super well. Just kind of tells you where we're at in the market. But this, not a picture where you'd expect things to randomly be bullish for an extended period of time. Unless they wrap up the war quickly, they figure out something with oil, blah, 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 right? First they said that it's going to be a week, then a month, now into September. Okay, if prices do get bad, you can only hope that the 10-year goes to 5% or something, right? We don't want half measures on yields because that's this wishy-washy in between. That's worst case. You want extremes because then you have intervention. So ideally, this just drifts lower and nothing happens. But let's say the 10-year goes above 4.5, goes to 5. That's where they step in and do something. Jobs data was also not great today. So now we're in stagflation if the oil stuff continues. None of this is good. None of this is good. Yeah, Boyle, I don't. The problem with the leveraged ETFs is sometimes they're the place to be and sometimes they're not. This one very much appears to be, now with experience behind me, not the place to be. Just too volatile. Doesn't really follow the market too well, kind of nonsensical, but you know, I guess you could still trade it. I'm sure there's other, I don't know my commodities very well to like poke around on random tickers, but LNG I think is one we talked about at some point. Also doing very well. You know, the problem with this stuff again is like, it's either super quiet, ranging, nothing's going on, or like, oh my God, this is it. This is the one trade. This is the macro bet of the year, right? So it's like, if you're not positioned immediately and quickly or paying attention, it just gets away from you, right? And then people chase and then they lose because they're buying what other people are selling. I mean, look at gold, right? Gold's the same thing. Now, gold, most people are paying attention to if you're a trader, if you're an investor, you're paying attention to it loosely. So you kind of don't have any excuse not to trade this to some degree. But you know, I'm not going to blame you if you're not well versed in the commodity universe to know like, oh, this thing versus that thing, unless you're deep into it, right? The other thing about the commodity stuff, not only do you have a catalyst and technicals, you have like a cyclical tailwind. In my head, I'm looking at the like sinusoidal thing where it's like risk assets do well, equities do well, and then bonds, and then blah blah blah. But there's a point in the cycle where commodities historically do really well, and that's already been happening, obviously, outside of gold and silver. Other commodities, you know, we can go to like rare earth stuff, right? This has done really well. So similar to just any relative value argument, it's kind of oil's turn anyway, which again is not good for us. It's very much bad for us. Very bad. Very bad. Do you think this is the end of the bounce? I don't really care about BTC here, to be frank, to be honest, because we're still below the cloud. Bad things happen below the cloud. Let this chop around, right? This is what you want. Let the toddler have its temper tantrum is kind of how I'm thinking about it most of the time. There's nothing here, I've said this for weeks, hasn't been exciting. It's just unfortunate. There's really nothing here that says size up, leverage up, go long, blah, blah, blah. Again, where people get into trouble, they start going down the time frames. Like, okay, here's the 4 hour, here's the 1 hour. You know, there was a setup on the 4 hour. That's at this point fully retraced. That's the problem with low time frame setups is they tend to have a lower hit rate. They tend to be noisier. Just, you know, we didn't quite see the momentum we needed to push anywhere here. Whereas if you get something on a daily, typically that's a pretty good bet. At least it's a better bet from a risk reward ratio based on noise, based on what we've seen historically on BTC. So that's not until 73 in April, May, right? You know, it's almost time not price as well. If we look at the, the COT data is a disaster as well. COT data heavily bearish. If you look at the AI cloud, the AI backtested cloud, not above this either. Last time we tried, failed, right? Time before that, tried, failed. So we're not even above that. And that's, again, probably not something we're going to see until March, April. I guess it is March. End of March, April. Just like remember, I'm assuming most people were here last year. February, March, April. Sound familiar? February, March, April. Just seasonally, Q1 has not been too kind to BTC most of the time. So I would love to see anything like this again. Then you have an actual pattern. Man, you have an actual pattern. You have something to do. Whereas this kind of was like an Adam and Eve, kind of not. I don't know, just a mess. And if BTC is unsure, then everything else is just going to be whatever. It just doesn't matter. And I keep saying this too. If BTC is up 5 and alts aren't up 10, you're not getting paid to take that risk. So it just doesn't make any sense. This is not a time. There are many ways in this market right now that are telling you it doesn't really make sense to trade any alts, in my opinion. Zero. None. Absolutely none. Because they aren't behaving as they should. You're not getting paid to take that risk. BTC is also below the weekly cloud. So it's also below the 20-week moving average. 200-week moving average is close by at 59, 58. I'd love to see a divergence on the daily into that. Can we get a divergence? I'll take a divergence on the weekly into that. If you can see that. Yeah. I'll take a weekly divergence into that. But we're not there yet. We're just not there yet. Where's the 20? Do I have it somewhere? Doesn't matter. We're below it. Below the weekly 20, below the daily 200, below the cloud, right? These are all things where it is hard to go up. It's easier to go down. All bullish rallies should be expected to be squashed. Play at your own risk type thing. That's BTC. Why would OIH be down? Probably because it was up a bunch. I don't know. Commodities are a mystery to me. You know, miners in general or miner-like things are a mystery to me. Just because they're beta, they're loose as far as their return relative to spot. Gold doesn't make sense to me here price-wise based on technicals. Neither do miners. What about silver? Silver's probably all over the place. Yeah. Again, you're dealing with sloppy seconds up here relative to the breakout. It just is what it is. This is a mess. This is nothing. This is gross chop. Not a fan. Not a fan. What else? Platinum, palladium. I mean, we can go down the list. Also, this looks hideous. Hideous. Well, I don't know what SATA is. Strive. I would always, if you're dealing with preferreds, in my opinion, or anything similar, my preference is always the most liquid, the biggest, not like some alt preferred, right? If you're like, oh, it's at, not saying this is you, but if you're like, oh, this is at 94, it's going to go to 100. Sure, like it could. But is this a risk vehicle or a risk off vehicle? To me, if it's a risk-off vehicle in my book, I'm not going to trade it as a risk trade, right? So I'm going to stick to the most straightforward, I can sleep at night version of this, which is STRC, which is volatile enough on its own, right? But yeah, I wouldn't. Me personally, because of what role it fulfills, I prefer STRC. 2 weeks in a row without glasses. Yeah, I'm starting to wear contacts more. Is this a real ticker or is this guy just... No, that's not a ticker. Come on. Come on. You know, I come here, we do the streams, I ask for tickers, and sometimes people just take it too far. Sometimes people take it too far. We do have a Nuanda list to take a look at. Historically, BTC tops early March before next leg and down bear markets. Yeah, I mean, we can pull out all the stops on the bear stuff, but for me, the simplest thing is you're below the 200 daily, you're below the daily cloud, you're below the weekly 20, and you're below the weekly cloud. That's it. This is DCA territory. If we turn on the 2-year moving average multiplier, which is somewhere, you know, we are in expect a long journey, right? This is not a time where you should expect random bullishness to happen. This is the bear consolidation chop mess. Just is what it is. Typically this takes time. What does hash ribbons look like? Let's take a look. Hash ribbons are going to cross bullish if price turns up. That's a good sign. Miners have stopped capitulating hash rate. That's good. They haven't stopped hedging based on COT data. So yeah, we're just not quite there yet, and it may take 8 more weeks, in my opinion. You can hear the bullishness in my mind. I want to be bullish all the time, but at the same time, we got things that tell us whether or not we're bullish, at least for me. And you know, silver lining is it's not wishy-washy. It is pretty crystal clear on any way you look at it. I don't know. You can probably cherry pick some on-chain data like non-zero addresses or something is rising. It's at an all-time high. Like we can find things, but technicals to me make the most sense always. And yeah, it is what it is. Did I ever get the 2 stakes from Ledger? I did not. Never got the 2 stakes. Can't believe it. He still owes me. Yeah, he still owes me 2 stakes. Unbelievable, dude. Let's go down the list. Not again. In a bear, everything correlates to 1, aka if it looks like BTC's bearish, everything's probably going to be bearish. That's just the way it is. So ETH, again, is there anything to say or do here? No, not in my opinion. You're looking for exactly what we saw April, May last year. A move through the cloud, above the cloud. Nothing. This is nothing. I'm sure it's below the weekly. I'm sure it's got all the same bearish trappings as BTC. Next chart. You know, there's really nothing else to do. We can pretend and try to find things on various time frames, but it doesn't look like a sandbox I want to play in at the moment. Sol, same deal. Nothing. This may turn into the rounded bottom over time, but all these charts look the same. Ripple, same deal. And we can literally just click, say, H-bar, curve. Just go down the list here in 2 seconds. Hype is probably the only alt that I care about, which I don't even care about that much, that is even in the cloud. So we're not even fully above. But you want this. That's all you want. Men want one thing, and it's disgusting. It's being above the cloud. That's it. That's all I want. Give me this. Give me this in March. You know, it may happen on hype first, may happen somewhere else first. But that's why you just set alerts, go about your day, do something else. Nothing to do. AVAX, no. ADA, OP, near, no. I will say curve. I didn't call it now. Was it curve? H-bar? No, never mind. JK. Yeah, you know, these are all exactly the same. Just death. Memes. More death. Nothing. I would need to see a pattern or a div or something for me to care. You'd probably see that first on BTC. And yeah, chop and slop, baby. Chop and slop. So that's crypto. We got any other crypto alts to look at? Anybody? Bueller one time. Let's take a look at miners. I forget who it is in the YouTube comments. They keep calling me out for not saying this is an inverse cup and handle on WGMI. I mean, I guess. Again, the problem here is it's just gross range chop. Like, I guess it's a inverted cup and handle. I don't know. This is the bigger problem to me on this pitchfork, on this trend channel. It's getting ready to break down. Bad things happen below the cloud, right? I did cut IREN this week, a couple days ago at this point. It's doing nothing, right? It's doing nothing. The breakout failed. All the breakouts I liked earlier in the year, Baba's another one. I mean, look at this thing. This had the falling wedge. Looked good. No. Even UUU is teasing a breakdown. I would love it if this thing didn't break down, but just where we're at right now. Even Wolf. Wolf, you don't want below 13? But, you know, the rest of these miners, cores broke down, Bitfarms, BitDeer, Cypher, Hut. They're not at a place where you want to long them to make money, in my opinion, based on technicals. I'll just keep adding like shoehorning caveats there. Caveat. Yeah, so I don't like any of the miners here either, other than Wolf, and Wolf is probably going to break down. The rest of these just look like garbage. Garbage. MSTR, again, I will say this every week, every day I talk about anything. There was a setup here that I will not be missing. I will be losing a lot of money on this if it fakes out, because I'm planning to go deep in the paint when this triggers. Maybe not till June. I don't know. Like, this could take a long time. But if this is some sort of, you know, broadening, expanding wedge, inverted head and shoulders, whatever, there's cloud rationale here. Setting up for all the things: options, leverage, retinas, kidneys, your children, you know, all of it. All of it is setting up for something here. And maybe we get this. You can even we'll do the fancy thing. Let's take the, if I can find it, bars pattern. Here we go. You know, something like this that like breaks up. I don't know, right? Give me something that is obvious. I would love that. I would love that as a trade, but not right now. And BMNR, don't even get me started. Nothing, right? Next chart. You know, sorry. Keep buying ETH, Tom Lee. There's nothing here, man. There is nothing here. But again, there's something brewing probably into the summer where we have this, like 20 to 40, that's a 2x. When this stuff does turn in our lifetime, and it will turn, there are going to be some great trades, some high conviction setups. We're just not there yet. We're just not there yet. There's probably even, is there like a diag here? I mean, you could probably just put an alert on this diag and call it a day. And just wait. It's not the time. Not the time. Load up on the sailboat. Monad. I mean, Canton, so I haven't looked at this one in a minute. That's not Canton. Is this Canton? Yeah. Yeah, no, Canton's breaking down. Monad. What's the ticker for that? I don't even know. Somebody give me the ticker. Is it MON? USD? There it is. Don't even have a daily cloud yet on that one. At least on Coinbase. Not quite. And then Morpho, what's the ticker though? There's a Morpho ETP. Oh boy. I don't know the ticker. You're gonna have to help me out with that one. Anyway, unlikely. XMR, we tried earlier this year. Remember? Again, this has been the story of my life in 2026. This is it right here. Multi-year multi-year setup, breakout, give it all back. That's trading, folks. What are you gonna do? But you know, my heart was in the right place. My position was in the right place. I like this if it can get back above 450. Just doesn't feel like now's the time to be long anything. What's up, Nawanda? A few oil trades double. Can't be more happy. Was like 21 with Ukraine. Yeah, I mean, if you're paying attention and you know what to trade, that's really the most important thing for these commodities, then you're doing great. The other problem is, like, if you're trading the news, and you have been for years, that hasn't worked out so well in oil because it hasn't mattered. The news has not mattered. Ticker is Morpho. The ticker is ETH. Got it. Is there anything here? Just the range. I guess it's above the daily. I guess. But do you want to be the gazelle out on the plains alone, eating the grass? I don't. AKA, if the altcoin market isn't popping off, I just don't care personally. Now, I agree with you; it is above the cloud, so there's that. It just doesn't feel like the time. But you are correct. You are correct. Metaplanet. Let's take a look at that too. Disaster. Nothing there. Hood. Nope. I don't even know what other crypto stuff people care about. MSTU. No. There's just nothing. Nothing. Let's go Mag 7. Nvidia going nowhere for 8 months now. Apple, no. Google, even Google's breaking down. That looks like a Head and Shoulders, doesn't it? Somebody has to have called that out by now. That's the other problem with crypto. It's like all of our risk-on buddies and pals are not looking so good right here, Mr. Satoshi Nakamoto. I'm sure people have called this out, but yeah, that's a Head and Shoulders into the cloud. And Google was the lone wolf strength. That's not good. Tesla, again, broke out, gave it all back. Uber, Rivian, Lucid. It's just nothing. It's just nothing. AAOI on a nice bump today. What? Yeah. Yeah, I think we looked at this last week too. That's quite the weekly candle. I just don't know where you'd get in on this. That's the problem. But yeah, it looks great. Yeah, no, I got the CLs in. File, as in Filecoin? I mean, you're kidding, right? You've got to be kidding me. You've literally got to be kidding me. I can't even find it on my list. I hope it wasn't that, because that's at an all-time low, my friend. Maybe it was this? No. So I'm just gonna assume it was Filecoin, and that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate for you, my friend. Wheat. Yeah, I kept meaning to check if the wheat ETF, it's an ETV, whatever the heck that is, exchange traded vehicle. I don't know. I don't know the difference. This looks great. People have talked about this for weeks. Looks really good. Love it. Someone asked about mRNA. mRNA looks great. Looks great. Saving my portfolio a little. It's the one thing that's mega positive. Defense war ticker. No, see, Hammer, you're supposed to come with me. You're supposed to come to me, and you're supposed to say, here are the defense tickers. Like, you got to be a Nawanda. Everybody needs to be the change. You know what I mean? I rely on you guys for the research and idea generation. What's up, Mo? Sure, let's take a look. Let's take a look at some other stuff here. Mo brought a mini list. Let's take a look at the mini list. Quickly, bonds. I think I'm okay with bonds here, honestly. But STRC is probably where most people are going to be just most comfortable. Bonds look fine. It's just that kind of market, you know? Just that. mRNA okay for an entry? Like a fresh one? Wait, it's up. I mean, where were you at 30, bruh? I know you were here. I know you were listening. Not that this is financial advice. Um, no, I would like. Again, it's tough because like this stuff just has been moving so fast. Not just mRNA, but things have been moving so fast where you don't really get a chance to get in at a reasonable level. This specifically would be the type of entry, you know, the Kijun bounce type stuff right here. Where you'd want to get in. All right, mini list time. Let's take a look. LWLG, light wave logic. So weekly's got something going on. Daily is kind of messy. I've seen worse charts. Looks okay. Huntsman. Similar vibes. Daily, kind of a mess, but it looks like a weekly vibe. Is it XHB? No, man, that's ugly too. XLRE. Yeah, so home builders probably breaking down on the inflation fears that we're not going to cut. XLV down. XLU down. How's the SPY? SPY in the cloud. It's just, you know, we're just at that season of the market. Q's probably through the cloud. No, almost. Man, tough. Just a tough market. D-Pro, I do not like this. This is either descending triangle, head and shoulders, below the cloud. It's all sorts of bad, which means it's probably going to go to infinity. But, you know, I don't like that. I don't like below the cloud. I don't like this. So I do not like that. Is it Jedi? Is the ETF? Yeah, there's not a lot of data, or there's not a lot of trading history yet, but this one does have like a inverted head and shoulders here. I don't know the components, but it is drone. What was the last two? LFST. Don't like this one. A lot of chop. Not a fan there. Also not a fan here. Just chop. Weekly looks okay. I think Mo Bravi is a long-term investor based on those selections. Weeklies look better than dailies for those 5 that he picked up. Gurn. Yeah, again, here's another one. You know, I closed out of this January, February, but broke up, gave it all back. Tough. It's a tough market. We got people in the mRNA 4-hour. Yeah. It also depends, you know, when someone asks like, "Oh, is this a buy here?" Sizing, total risk in book. If you know, if you're like full cash and you're like looking for stuff, yeah, this is fine. Would I want to go quadruple down on mRNA here? No. So it's super dependent on what you're doing. Like, what's your time frame? 6 months? Tomorrow? Like, I don't know. I still like it on the weekly. I think it's got plenty of room. So maybe if you're on this mindset, where you're like, okay, you know, I'm gonna start legging in. I don't know. It's just a tough question to answer. Yeah, see, now we got Nuanda making fun of all my positions too, man. XLV to me still looks okay. It's still in handle territory. Not a great weekly candle, I will admit. I will give you that. Again, this broke out and gave it back. You know, just that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Toll is Toll Brothers Housing, Home Builders reached the level, gave it back. It's tough. Just a tough market for the old TA right now. Am I still holding XLV? Yes. mRNA on the weekly. Yeah, I like the 90 target on mRNA for sure. BKSY. Black Sky. What is this? Who drew this on my chart? How dare whoever this was. I know, no one. I'm just giving you crap. It's kind of a head and shoulders-y type thing here, no? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's get rid of this junk. I don't hate it. It's almost like a re-accumulation after a breakout. What is it? Is it drown? Might be drown. I'm just gonna add it up here to remind myself later. This is see, this is the other reason why I'm down 20% on the year. I got all these garbage recommendations from chat. I'm jumping on. It looks okay. It looks okay. I wouldn't want it below 20, but it looks okay. Forgot what I was going to look at next. Let's go to Nwanda's list. Oh, Zoom, yeah. Man, just not my year. Not my day, month, or year. Stitch Fix, sad. SCMI was actually one on the daily. There is a setup here. I do have alerts here. I will be attempting this. Maybe EOD? TM? Maybe? I like it because the stop is like basically 31. Hit rate, who knows? But it's got some consolidation in it. I don't think the others. SMH, yeah, SMH is kind of breaking down. What is it? SanDisk. What does this look like? Double top E, inverted Adam and Eve. Not good. So yeah, I don't know. Everything is all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. All over the place. All over the place. Spy satellites. Nice. Yeah, Danny, I do like Pfizer. I do like the concept of Pfizer, yes. Yes. What is it? PFE over mRNA. What does that look like? Starting to roll over. Well, that's actually not good for Pfizer. There was some other random stuff this week that I had alerts. BNTX, yikes. Insurance continues to consolidate, but that's also another just something else to watch, something else to do, right? Yeah, this we looked at this. Somebody asked about this a couple weeks ago. Crane shares Mount Lucas Managed Futures Index Strategy ETF. This looks good. I don't know what it is, but it looks good. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, Filecoin is a ripperoni. Ripperoni. AMPX, that was another one. I feel like lots of people were watching this. Look at it today. Yeah, I had an alert trigger on that. What is it? Yesterday? Looks good. Is it late? Probably late-ish. You know, the train has started to leave the station. It is like, you know, it's like ready. It's like ready to go. I don't know. Just gotta have alerts set for this stuff. MGNX is then another one. I only know about this stuff because you guys are calling it out, but I don't know, late, early, whatever. It's a breakout, right? GEV gave back a bunch. Probably gonna close this today. Looks good. You know, it broke out. It went to the level. What more do you want? RCAT. Look at all those lines. I can't lose with that amount of lines. Yeah, similar like getting ready to break out type stuff. Edward added. Did you add GEV today? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to adding. You know, this would be the Kijun bounce territory, like 750, 757. Based on my history this year, right? So again, it's like not strategy or discipline. It's just portfolio and book on the year. You know, I've given up so many winners that have closed at break even or less that I am more apt at this point to just take the 25% or 20%, whatever it is, and call it a day. Used to be a member when you picked back as a buy. Ouch. How's that doing? Oof. It's seen better days, hasn't it? It's seen better days. You gotta like put this on your refrigerator to remind yourself. I will not buy consolidations. I will not buy chop. I will not buy XYZ. I don't care how many people Dorsey fires. I will not buy XYZ until it's above 80. There's a bumper sticker for you. Lunar. Intuitive machines. Looks fine. Looks fine. You know, no one's asking about coin either. Coin's another one. Coin's another one that's got something brewing at some point. Ideally, this goes back to like 150 and then it just goes sideways. But it's got something brewing. I did look at hype, yes. Still neutral in the cloud. AMPX is the only ticket that actually had a decent breakout and didn't give it back. Didn't give it back immediately yet. What do you think about wheat and corn futures? Yeah, wheat we just looked at. Wheat looks great. I like wheat. I liked it 2 weeks ago. I like it this week. I like it tomorrow. Looks good. I just don't know if I can trade that. ETV. WEAT. Bloom. Yeah, that one guy is like super, super long. Bloom, right? I forget his name. The AI guy. Open AI guy. Trend-wise, this looks tired. You could argue cup and handle, potentially, but not an entry here on the daily that I'm seeing. Just looks a little heavy and kind of dead. Just, you know, flat. Nothing really going on. All right, let's take a look at Nwanda's list. Ooh, it's a tiny list. It's a tight list for Nwanda this week. Normally we get like 30 tickers. Dell, somebody did mention this. I think, did I post it somewhere? That's the other thing. I steal all my greatest tweets from the Discord. So Dell and ETH. This is really why I started looking at Dell like months ago, just for this correlation, new price scale. Dell and ETH had been extremely correlated, like crazily correlated for years. Both have broken down. Dell has bounced, ETH has not. So there's that. Dell did not break to the expected move on the head and shoulders. Nevertheless, wasn't bullish in this period. So if we get rid of this, go to the weekly, this is what I'd be interested in. It is a multi-year inverted head and shoulders. We'll even get rid of the cloud. Now it's kind of a mess. It doesn't have like clean-cut, obvious levels for the neckline, but I would probably say something like this. I just don't know why. Like, why would Dell do well right now? I don't know. Are they going to fire a bunch of people too? So I'll agree it's a setup. I like SMCI better in the moment just because you're going to get an answer quicker. But this is definitely real. Definitely real. Maybe it's a long-term consideration. If we contrast with that with Microsoft or something, like there's nothing here for me. We can go Dell over Microsoft to see if there's anything there. Not really. Same sort of inverted head and shoulders thing. I don't know. You know, it's a setup. It's a setup, probably something to watch, something to think about outside of the Mag 7. Wheat we looked at, I love it. Looks really good on the weekly, daily. The trend channel looks good. Looks good. Corn. Literally corn. Also looks like it's trying to do something. I like wheat better. Big wheat guy. Big wheat guy, some lumber, some sheep, for anybody who knows that reference. Yeah, I like wheat over corn here. Tags. I still like wheat better than tags, but I get the theme. How's Moo doing? Moo has been murdered. Almost at the target. Almost at the target. VanEck Agribusiness ETF. Almost at the target. I did post Dell. Okay. I forget who I stole that from. Do I ever swing trade? Isn't that what breakouts are? Thought that's what breakouts are. Air Boss of America Corporation. Definitely inverted head and shoulders on this, right? Breaking out like this week. That's something. That's something. Not bad. Not bad. Not too bad. Carmen. Yeah, it's okay. It's just like, it's up a lot. Not, yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. Defense and space. Air Boss. Huh, okay. Series. Yeah? What is Tan doing? Tan breaking down a little bit. Man, all these like look decent on the weekly, kind of a mess on the daily. Maybe there's some diag you could watch. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna throw money at it, but looks okay. OVV. Kind of looks like XLE, right? Basically is XLE. How's XLE looking? Yeah. Definitely late. Definitely late on an entry there. Occur. And man, it's slim pickings this week, folks. Again, I see what you're seeing, but I like MGNX better. Industrials, OLN still consolidating. I got nothing there, but probably alert worthy at 26, 25. Last one, shipping. Shipping. Yeah. All sorts of somethings here. Cup and handle, inverted head and shoulders, ascending triangle. What is boat up to? Boat hit its target. Tough scene. Tough scene. Yeah, we did look at you. It's certainly at risk of having a bad time here. Getting into the cloud with the TK cross. Not where I want it to be, certainly. This is why we corn. Does ARM look similar? Not really. I like Dell better. What is Ironwood? Ironwood education or pharmaceuticals? No idea. That was a long. Is that the longest ticker I've ever seen? It's got to be. Okay, it can't be this. Can't be this. Ironwood Pharmaceuticals. It's got to be this, right? Weekly looks okay. Daily looks not okay. What's Pony doing? Kind of reminds me of that chart. Pony AI breaking down. Not good. How about Rigetti? Again, there's, if I'm looking for things this year where I'm licking my chops, I like alerts. I do not like touching this until it's like April, just to be crystal clear. Oklo also, I think, yeah. There's probably another falling wedge here on Oklo. Similar story though. The cloud is giving you a little bit of a trade idea. I don't know what all these alerts are for. We can remove these, I think, and just move this down. The cloud's giving you a little bit of a heads up on a trade potentially, again, with all of these, I guess you call them beta names, I don't know. Polestar. I got nothing there for you, bud. Nothing there for you, bud. Nokia on the monthly. Ironwood weekly. Yeah, I said it was what it was. It's there. Is this the right ticker? Maybe? On the monthly? Yeah. Again, it's like, how long do you want to wait? Do you want to invest in Nokia? I guess. Do I know any tickers that track credit risk? I mean, you can look at like HYG. It's probably not what you're talking about, but there's HYG, there's SHYG, also drooping. These are diverging from this S&P, which is not a good sign. For risk, MGNX from the January 9 stream list. See, now Nuanda has receipts. He has evidence. He has video evidence of his greatness. Yeah, everybody go out and buy a Nokia. Bling. I don't think that's a ticker, my friend. Yeah, I've been watching the IGV correlation. Again, like, is there anything here to do? I don't think so. I really don't think so. ServiceNow, no. I'm not going to catch that anyway. ADBE. Is this one Michael Burry bought? You got like this trend line here. You got some other trend line like here. Probably another one like there. I don't know. Like why? I don't know. I would love to be able to buy lows and make money. I've not been able to do that historically, unless there's something going on down there. So I prefer to wait. I prefer to wait personally. No, you take that W, Nuanda. Don't let anybody take that from you. That's yours. You take that, King. What about Oracle was another one. Some sort of setup here. Maybe Adam and Eve. I don't know. It's just like, am I confident on any of this stuff? Not really. Not really. IBM. Now we're getting into the hot names. All the kids are into this one. IBM, what's next? Xerox? I'm not seeing anything on this, unfortunately. XRX. Woof. 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 Yeah, was it Palantir? Yeah, I guess it was. Palantir and Hood, just because the same people trade them, kind of had this inverted head and shoulder thing. But again, like, am I gonna throw any money at this? No, I'm just not. Not here. Not here. SACYR. SACYR. Sure. I don't know. Not for me. Someone asking about this. Valvoline. Man, is there any good charts out there? Anything? So I just go back to SMCI. Like, if I'm looking for something on the daily, it's this. It's a multi-month consolidation pattern bottom, blah, 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 cloud, you know? ASTS. We'll do a few more and get out of here. ASTS. Space Mobile. I got nothing. Galaxy, how's Galaxy doing? Nothing. I just got nothing this week. Just a straight hot load of nothing. MDLN. What about it? this thing just listed, apparently. I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you in crypto. Nothing for you anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Any last... So we got Dell on the weekly. Of all the weekly charts we looked at, I think that's my favorite, would be Dell on the weekly. Bangkok Bank Public Company Limited. Unless he said ASX. Brisbane Bronco. How do people find this stuff? Is this like a local sports team? Man, it is thinly traded, but it's done well. Is this an entry? No. Is it an exit? No. LCRX. LRCX, sorry. Lamb Research, little double top up there. Yeah, I agree, double top hammer. Fun as in pump.fun or Six Flags? Also, Six Flags. Not feeling it. Not feeling it. ALXO. We are like, you know, the bingo grab bag of like the bingo balls. That's what we're deep in it now. We're just like, our hand is just swirling in the bag looking for something. This one we've looked at. It looks like mRNA. I like it. I like it. Clearly we drew something on this at some point. Yeah. It's a setup. It's a trade. Something to do. Nwanda went through a lot of charts. See, Nwanda did the work for us, and this is what he came up with, right? He came up with like 7 charts. That just shows you what it's like out there right now. He didn't bring SMCI though, so maybe he's not looking in the right places. Maybe he just needs to dig a little deeper. Yeah, I think the oil stuff broke like everything. All of the risk stuff is just pulling back. VIX is spiking. Dollar is up. It's just a mess. Everything's a mess. All right, last one, COID. Global Humanoid and Embodied Intelligence. Man, they're deep in the thesaurus looking for words to describe this one. This looks like a Head and Shoulders in the making. It doesn't have the right shoulder yet, but nothing I would touch here. Yeah, no, I agree. Nwanda, SMCI has been a mess. SCYR again on the weekly. What about this is like Stitch Fix? This looks nothing like Stitch Fix. Nothing like Stitch Fix. Yeah, everybody give Nwanda his flowers. Give him. He's a goat. He eats the flowers. But SSL. Yeah. Yeah, a little late maybe, but if you would have said, "Hey Josh, what about SSL at 7?" I would have said, "Sign me up for 1,000 shares." But it's already broken out, you know? Tough market. Tough market. We'll leave it there. That's all I got for this one. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back Sunday. Hopefully we have some clarity on the Middle East situation. Just a mess. Everything's a mess. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.